Hello. Nope. Hello. Oh, you can hear me. Good. Hello. Welcome to the stage door for show 2 of Showtime 2025. Look at them all, Ted.
There's everyone. Thanks for coming.
I can't believe it's July and we're already here on show 2. It's mad, isn't it? Well, show 2 of our second year.
Yeah.
That's quite exciting. Anyway, my name is Kevin Jones. This is Teddy Clements. And we are one half of Aardvark's Can't Jump Productions alongside Steph and Becky, who are out there somewhere. There they are. Little tiny whoop. We are a theatre production company based here in Southampton, and we specialise in promoting and producing new musical theatre. Showtime is part of So Stage Door, which is an Arts Council funded programme for the Southampton community. The programme includes new theatre, as well as brilliant opportunities for young people to get up and perform live music. If you haven't already, please check out the Stage Door website. There's loads of very cool stuff on there about it. As you can see, I have written this entire script. Anyone who came last year will know that when I go off script...
At least he's got a script.
Yeah. Anyway, Showtime is a collaboration between us, ACJ, the Stage Door and Mayflower Studios to bring amazing new musical theatre to audiences outside of London. So I'd like to especially say a big thank you to Stage Door and Mayflower Studios. Thank you for letting us do this, mostly. As part of our support, here you go.
Yeah,
Number one. As part of our support from the Arts Council, we need to collect some feedback from you. You may have noticed that on your tables and around there is a QR code. If you can, please scan those and follow the link to the survey. Thank you. I'm going to mention that a few times. Sorry in advance. Right, on to this. So I asked this question last time. I'm going to ask it again. How many people here have been to a Showtime before? Okay, that's good. How many have been to something similar, like a new musical night, something like that? Okay, cool. And how many of you have never been to anything like this before and are thinking that Manford's Comedy Club is getting really bad? That was a new one. Good, thank you. So, tonight we have a live band. We've got the talented ones and me. We have a fantastic cast and we have 4 wonderful writing teams who will be presenting their work to you. So, first up, please get this right, Kev. First up, please welcome our performers, Lionel Blanc, Frankie McEvoy, Tom Pigram, and Knott. It's great to have you all here. Al, am I right in thinking the last time you were here was just before you went off to drama school? Yeah, there we go. So a huge thanks to the whole cast for performing our writers' work tonight. Who, we should probably mention, who are they? We have Hilmi Jaidin, Tasker and McGrath, Ellen King, and Emma Vieceli. Tonight we're going to see disenfranchised teens, we're going to see gaslit queens, we're going to see lawyers, bankers, and long-distance pen pals. Yeah, see? So we should probably get on with it. Let's bring up our first writer. Please welcome to the stage, Hilmi Jaidin. That one, I think. I'll give you this one. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to Showtime.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So first of all, tell us about you. When did you start writing? Do you work with others? And what have you been working on recently?
So I'm originally from Southeast Asia. I came to this country when I was 17, which was some time here ago. I'm older than I look. I've been writing since I was in my teens, but just for fun. I started writing, with parodies and things like that. I only started writing professionally in 2019 when I joined MMD. MMD, do you all know MMD? Mercury Musical Development? Yes. What else did you ask?
I said, I don't know, I wrote it. Do you work with others, and what have you been working on recently? No, good God, no.
No, it's all about collaboration. No, I write occasionally with a guy named Luke Sidon, who is amazing, much more talented than me. But I'm usually a one-man writer, book music and lyrics.
Amazing. So Teddy and I know Hilmi through an event in London produced by the lovely Adam Linson called Signal, which was similar to Showtime, but a little bit different. Adam,
Very similar vibe though. This is very fun. It's nice to be doing this again.
Good. Adam liked in particular to work with writers who didn't fit the sort of stereotypical mould of what people expect musical theatre to be, and I always thought you were kind of an epitome of that.
Thank you. I think.
Is it fair to say that you aren't afraid to write about difficult subjects?
Yeah. I've always been attracted to. I mean, the first musical theatre writer I really loved was Stephen Sondheim. So in my country, back in Southeast Asia, we don't have theatres. We didn't really have musical theatre. But what we did have was LimeWire. So the people who are laughing are as old as I am, which is fantastic. Great. So I'm not the oldest person in the room. And one of the first things I downloaded was a song called You Could Drive a Person Crazy from Company. And I fell in love with Stephen Sondheim. That sounds a bit dodgy, but no. But yeah, that's how I got into musical theatre. So it was always the dark stuff. Assassins is my favorite musical. If you like Assassins, then talk to me. That's sort of the vibe that I always go for when I'm writing. But also, when I started writing professionally in 2019, I looked around, looked at what everyone else was doing, and because I'm a hipster, I said, I'll do the opposite of that. And everyone was writing these really beautiful, really life-affirming shows where like the audience could go to the theater and get their life affirmed. And I thought, I'll do the opposite of that and just make sure everyone leaves feeling really depressed. So, and yeah, that's how I build my brand.
So today, you very kindly brought us 3 songs for our cast to perform from 3 different shows. Yes. So let's cover each one individually. First, we have Spread a Little Joy Around. Spread a Little Joy Around the Place from Retail Therapy.
Which is definitely a real show.
Oh, right. Could you tell us a bit about the show and the song?
Absolutely. How many of you are musical theatre writers? Okay. There's this competition that happens every year called the Styles and Drew competition, which is very prestigious. And you can enter in songs, but in order to enter the songs, they have to belong to a musical. So some people, definitely not me, sometimes invent a musical around a song. Styles and Drew aren't going to watch this, are they?
It'll be fun.
But so I had this song called Spread a Little Joy Around the Place, which actually started its life as a song for the character of Joy from Inside Out. And when you watch the song, suddenly it'll make sense. But because I love the melody so much and the song, I took it and made it my own, got rid of any reference to Inside Out, and then I built this show around it, which is called Retail Therapy. And it tells the story of this woman named Bree who is sent on mandatory corporate mental health training after she suffers from a mysterious breakdown at work. And she comes back having had 3 weeks of like mental health like therapy, and she knows all about mindfulness and all that and yoga. And she's the manager at this new branch at Joy Mart. Completely not made up. And she decides to implement a new regime of positivity to help the staff with a morale problem. So she implements things like weekly mindfulness sessions and things like that. I work for a university, and a lot of this comes from like personal experience. There's a lot of sort of mental health awareness at university, which is fantastic. It's fantastic. I'm not making fun of it. But in this show, even though the character has very well-meaning intention, is very well-intentioned, corporate decide to weaponize her mental health approach in order to shut down a union. So that's the show, and which is quite complex for a made-up show. And and this song happens at the start. So Bree comes in as a new manager in this new branch of Joy Mart, and she is telling everyone, we're going to have this is the start of a new era in Joy Mart. We're going to have a new era of positivity. And that's Spread a Little Joy on the Place.
And then slightly different.
A little bit different.
The second song is My Mum from Shift Alt Right.
Yes.
Same question.
Yes. So you will notice like a tonal shift between the two songs. The second, so this song is from Shift Alt Right, which is a show I wrote in 2020 during lockdown. I wrote it over 6 months. It got produced in October of that year digitally, while everyone was locked in their homes. We'll talk about that in a minute. But we basically wrote a digital musical that got streamed into people's living rooms. And Shift All Right is about a boy. He's about an angry young man who, on the night of his mother's funeral, he escapes into his bedroom and logs into his gaming server. Sorry, I thought I just saw someone I recognized, but no. Sorry, I'm very easily distracted. So on the night of his mother's funeral, he logs into this gaming server to escape. But while he's playing the game, he meets a user who turns out to be a member of the alt-right. And bad things happen.
Now, before we talk about the third song, I mean, we kind of already mentioned this, but Shift Out Right you describe as a digital musical. Can you explain what that means?
So when lockdown happened, if you were working in theatre at the time, it was devastating. Like everything that was planned had to be cancelled. We were left with this huge void. But Signal, that we mentioned earlier, went online. So they started doing Signal online, where singers would sing in their living rooms to a mic, and it would be streamed to 100, 200 people all over the UK and even like across the world. It was really, really fun. And I thought, if you can stream a song across the world from someone's living room, then you can stream a musical. So I wrote this show. It was meant to be for a cast of 4 with only one person singing, and streamed completely from 4 different places. And it all exists online. It all exists digitally. Like it was never meant to be written for the stage.
And I think so everyone understands, it was completely live.
Completely live. So all the singing was live. The only thing that wasn't live was the band, because we had to pre-record the band. But it was acted live. It was performed live, sung live. It was, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've kind of already said this, but the original production is still available online?
It's not.
Oh, it's not?
It's available through me. If you want to watch it, you have to message me. So get my DMs, and I will send you a link.
It is genuinely brilliant. Sorry, I'm just kicking microphones down here. But so, go on.
Oh, I should say so. And the song is the character whose name is Jay. He talks to his sister and realizes that his mother wasn't the person that he thought she was. And I should say, trigger warning, the mother did kill herself. So if that's something that makes you really uncomfortable, please feel free to leave before the song My Mom. I won't be offended. But come back afterwards.
Yeah. Then finally, we have You Can't Buy Class, which is a new song.
It's actually an old song, so...
Who wrote my notes?
This was from a bunch of songs I wrote back in 2016. They were sort of all about the Trump era, because it was 2016, but they were all sort of pastiches of American styles of music. So some of the songs have wound up on my album. I have an album. It's called Airborne, and it's not the only thing I'm going to plug. But This song is called You Can't Buy Class, and it's sort of, if you can imagine, like a Gershwin-style jazz standard, except sung about the Trump era.
Amazing. So what's next for you? What are you working on right now?
So this is my real plug. I'm working on a show right now called The Vieceli. I did submit a song for it tonight, but it's a little bit dark, and I understand why you didn't go for it.
Which one did we?
There was a song called The American Way to Die.
Oh, yes.
So it was it's a little bit dark, and I can see why you wouldn't want to inflict it on all these lovely people. So I don't blame you. But if you do like Assassins, if you do like dark musicals, please add me on Instagram. I will add you back, I promise. And you'll see a link to a 15-minute video from The Vieceli.
I should point out at this point, so what happens is the writers all send us 4 or 5 songs, and we are the ones that pick the 3. So, sorry.
They're very wise.
What we try and do is obviously we're building a concert, so sometimes it's difficult, we have to make difficult choices.
The lyric for the song went, dying from a gun, dying in a shooting, it's the American way to die. So I totally get it. It's offensive.
It's a really good song, though. I really like it. So to sing My Mum, we will have Tom. Singing You Can't Buy Class will be Frankie. But first, please make lots and lots of noise and welcome to the stage Al to spread a little joy around the place.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Listen closely, come on in, drink your coffee, let's begin. Switch your phone off if you can. Where's your clipboard? Here's the plan. Grab a Sharpie, write down Carpe Diem. That's C-A-R-P-E, then D-I-E-M. You're sick of customers yelling. You're tired from standing all day. But change your state of mind, you'll find you'll change your state of play. So let's all do some positive thinking. Okay. Spread a little joy around the place and face every task with a smile. We'll do what they ask with a smile. 'Cause if we can look alive, we might just survive. Spread a little joy around the place in case we need cheering up. The place is a mess, but who needs to stress? We'll sing while we're clearing up. We've talked about how to deal with bad emotions, unproductive, sad emotions. Why be blue when you can try to pry it all out of your head and spread a little light and glow around the dark. Spread a little light across the room and spark a little joy around the place. Now let's all take a big breath in. And as we exhale, we let go of all the anger and frustration and resentment and all of the fights, the lies, the threats, the write-ups and rifts, the cuts, the pleas and slashing our shifts. I'm on my knees, but corporate say no, and so we go with the flow. It's not a right way to move back to Missouri to live with my mom and sell homemade deodorant on Etsy. And oh, why don't we work to the beat? 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Come on, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Here, 2, 3. We 2, 3. Go! Spread joy around the place and chase all your worries away before the time hurries away. We've gotta have fun and try to not want to cry. Spread a little joy around the place and brace for the day ahead. But everything's fine, 'cause we're gonna shine as long as we stay ahead. Don't talk about stress-related breathing problems. Every plan has teething problems. Why complain in vain when you can do what I tell you instead? And spread a little cheer and share how much you care. Spread a little here and there and everywhere. little joy around till joy is about. Hey, everyone pick up the pace. Spread a little sun, a little sky, a little fun, a little fly, a little 1, 2, 3, I 2, 3, will 2, 3, spread a little joy around the place. I feel better already. Thank you.
Just going to do a little reshuffle. Give me 2 seconds. My mom was always around. She made everything perfect and pure. My mom was holding our ground and keeping us sound and secure. See, Mom, I understand. The world is a dark, twisted place. Me, Mom, I agree, Mom, but you were its one saving grace. I swear she was superhuman. She was the best kind of mom you could get. They don't give out superhuman. Did I feel lucky? You bet. My mom was beautiful too. She deserved someone worthy and wise. My dad was no dream come true, but no one saw through his disguise. So, Mom, you could have left, but that isn't something you do. No, Mom, see below, Mom, you knew we depended on you. So let them all tell us it's weak. Let them all call it pathetic. Let them all scream, 'cause the feminists seem to despise the American dream. It's amusing they're losing their senses over games that they won't even try. And they might picket white picket fences, or they might try to ban apple pie. But a good person stays for the sake of her family. A good person stays for the sake of her son. A good person stays because only a coward would leave. A good person doesn't go into the pantry to look for the box where your dad keeps the gun, and sit on the living room floor in broad daylight while pressing the barrel against a left elbow. And my mom was. My mom was oftentimes sad. I never asked her what that was about. She'd say, I looked like my dad. Is that why she had to get out? Say, Mom, where did you go? I need you to be here somehow. Stay, Mom, one more day, Mom. Life was so simple when I was your son. Hey, Mom, who am I now?
You could own a tower on Fifth Avenue. In fact, I do. In fact, I've two. That won't mean a thing unless you have in you a blood that's true, a blood that's blue. Go ahead and play the game, but I've already twigged. Trust me when I say the game is rigged. You can buy a boat to float on your moat, but you can't buy class. You can buy a Range Rover to run 'em all over, but you can't buy class. They don't care about what you own, and they never even throw you a bone. You can buy a space shuttle, it's subtle my ass, but you can't buy class. You can buy a bust to just collect dust, but you can't buy class. You knew it was coming. You can buy a gold statue to perfectly match you, but you can't buy class. They can smell the nouveau riche as they pat your cheeks and pull on your leash. You can buy your own zealots, and hell, it's a gas, but you can't buy class. You can buy a bill to drill on the hill, but you can't buy class. You can buy a whole nation with no hesitation, but you can't buy class. And they said this bitch could bite, so I'll show them all and prove them all right. You can buy the damn planet to get it en masse, but you can't buy class. No, you can't buy class. You can't buy class.
Teddy just said in my ear, that was like the three polar opposite songs. Turn the page. That was, sounds scripted, it is. That was incredible, though. Thank you so much, Hilmi. I think it's about time we talk about this gentleman behind me. Sadly, he wasn't able to do the first show this year. But we have him back tonight. Yes. This is our incredible instrument juggler on electric guitar, electric bass, upright bass, clarinet, soprano, saxophone, cello, and percussion. Please give a huge round of applause for George Story. He plays 19 instruments to make the rest of us look rubbish. Now is the time for our second writers of the evening, bringing us songs from their show. The Queen is Mad. We have Amy Tasker and Tom McGrath. But Sadly, they can't be here tonight, so I had to very quickly rewrite this script. So even more sadly, that means you're going to have to listen to me. Here goes. Amy Claire Tasker and Tom James McGrath are musical theatre writing team in London. Their work has been played on BBC Radio 2 and showcased at the Other Palace. Styles and Drew Best New Song Prize finalist 2024. Might hear a bit more about that throughout the night. They've also been to the Crazy Coqs and Toulouse-Lautrec Jazz Club. Their musical, The Queen is Mad, enjoyed a week run at the Lion and Unicorn Theatre last year, and is now, the reason they're not here, I guess, is now on its way to Edinburgh Fringe 2025. If anyone is going to Edinburgh, Teddy, go see it. It's great. It's genuinely brilliant. Amy and Tom are members of the Book, Music and Lyrics Workshop Advanced Group. That was tough. Thought there'd be a few. And they're also members of Mercury Musical Developments as well. They're currently developing their second musical together, Rising, which is set during the 1916 rebellion in Ireland. Independently, Amy's previous work includes Ukulele Days, an actor muso rom-com, which was featured at the Beam Showcase and Musical Bites at the Other Palace in 2023, and continues its development with Watford Palace Theatre. Tom's previous musicals have been performed at Camden Fringe and Smock Alley Theatre, Dublin. And when not writing musicals, he works part-time as an NHS doctor. He's a bit like you, he just wants to make the rest of us look rubbish, doesn't he? We are doing 3 songs again from The Queen is Mad. Happy, performed by Frankie, Frankie and Lionel. Sorry, I'm getting there. Jeez. I Care For You, performed by Lionel, and Locked Away, performed by Al. I asked Amy and Tom to give me the synopsis of the show. So, Joanna is fiery and dares to speak her mind. When she unexpectedly becomes queen, her father and husband are determined to silence her. She went down in history as Joanna the Mad. What if she wasn't insane, but instead furious? 6 meets Sondheim in this dark saga inspired by Catherine of Aragon's older sister. The Queen is Mad will premiere at the Edinburgh Fringe this August, starring Maria Coyne as Joanna. The 2024 cast album is streaming on Spotify, and sheet music is available for purchase. I should do adverts. No, I shouldn't. Tonight, Al and Frankie are playing Joanna in their songs, and Lionel is playing her husband, Philip. It's important that you know that. Happy comes quite early in The Queen is Mad. Joanna meets her husband-to-be Philip at the altar, and they are married by the end of the first verse. As the song continues, they go to his home in Flanders, where Joanna initially enjoys the honeymoon period and the relatively liberal society. But before long, Philip becomes controlling, and Joanna has to work hard to convince herself that her marriage is still a happy one. Philip sings I Care For You to his wife Joanna after an argument about halfway through Act 1. He believes he is comforting her, but this is part of a sequence during which Philip becomes more and more controlling. By the end of the song, he has successfully gaslit Joanna to end the argument. Locked Away comes at the climatic end of Act 1. Joanna sings to her husband Philip as she emerges from her prison, casting off any remaining remnants of their love and reversing the power dynamic between them now that she is queen. She reflects on her life of being controlled by her father and husband and resolves never again to be locked away. So, thank you so much, Amy Tasker and Tom McGrath. Please welcome to the stage Frankie and Lionel to sing Happy from The Queen is Mad.
Still me.
You can just twist the board.
Oh, Joanna, I'm entranced. You're a vision, you're a pearl. I am overjoyed to take you as my wife.
Dearest Philip, I am charmed. You have set my heart a-whirl, and I promise I will love you all my life. For when the people cheer, long live Philip and Joanna, I know that I will never leave your side. So this is happy, this is kind, so this is love, this is hope, this is freedom.
See that? where the river winds away to the east across the lowland. The white palace with a golden dome.
It's beautiful.
That's home.
The people of Flanders give us a grand welcome. Everything is different here. The food, the customs, the trees, even the color of the light in the sky. Philip says I'll get used to all of it. I'm secure on Philip's arm. I'm content in Philip's care. I am ardently adored in Philip's bed. I may hunt in Philip's woods. I may ride on Philip's mare. In his library I have left no book unread. And when the people cheer, long live Philip and Joanna, I feel my old anxiety subside. So this is happy, this is kind, so this is love, this is hope, this is freedom.
Oh, darling, don't wear that dress to dinner tonight.
Why not?
The Spanish fashions are so outdated. Why don't you wear that other dress I bought you?
I like this one.
But you look so beautiful in the other dress. The amber satin brings out your eyes.
All right.
You don't want me stopping buying you dresses, do you?
All right. I'll change.
I'll help you.
I have noticed now and then an impatience when he speaks, and his handsome features seem to fall apart. There's a shadow in his eyes, there's a redness in his cheeks, and I feel a creeping tension in my heart.
There. You look beautiful.
But when the people cheer, long live Philip and Joanna, he looks at me with tenderness and pride. Is this happy? Is this kind? Oh, is this love? Is this hope? Is this freedom? This is happy.
This is happy.
This is kind.
This is kind.
Oh, this is love.
This is hope. This is freedom.
Yes, this is love. This is hope. This is freedom.
Why must you pout? Why must you chide me? Why must you find every reason to fight? When we embrace, you bristle beside me, treating my kindness with spite. But you know that I care for you. You should know that I care for you. I've done my best to comfort and calm you, satisfied every desire and demand. When we embrace, you bristle beside me. Darling, you must understand. You must know that I care for you. You should know that I care for you. Let go of your fears and you'll find I will be fair and true. Trust in me. Let me untangle your mind. I will watch over you. Joanna, Don't you see? Don't you know that I care for you? You should know that I care for you. Let me show how I care for you. Let me show how much I care for you.
Just enjoying it, to be honest. Time down there, was enjoying that.
All my life I've been told to be meek and shy, not to question why, not to lead but follow. Little girls should be quiet and wives should obey. But despite all the years being shoved aside, all the wounded pride I've been forced to swallow, I refuse to be silenced or do what you say. So it's no wonder that you think I should be locked away. Then you play with my mind, you pretend I'm mad, twist the love we had, contradict and scold me. Then you tell me to trust you and say that you care. Though I used to believe in your twisting lies, your adoring eyes, and all the dreams you sold me. Now the spell has been broken, so Philip, beware. The tables are turning, try to lock me away if you dare. Now I see the world was created by men to ensure they retain all the power. Well, just wait, I will not submit to the rules and sit prettily up in my tower. If you thought that I was a demon before, that my obstinate ways were a crime, well, I'll show you how wicked this woman can be. You've locked me up for the last time. There's a fire in my mind that has come alight, burning hot and bright. Now it's growing stronger. You will never contain it, try as you may. You will not hold me back. I will take my throne. I can stand alone. I can wait no longer. This will go down in history, a red letter day. From this moment onward, never again will I be locked away.
Thought I was going to lose that then. Right. I don't know, it's not actually like loads to say, but that is the end of Act 1 already. A huge thank you to our writers Hilmi, Amy and Tom. We will be back after a 20-minute break with 2 more fabulous writers' materials. Go get yourselves a drink. I clearly haven't memorised this. Go get yourselves a drink. Tell the last 2 writers how great their work was. And don't forget to scan your QR codes. Please complete the surveys. We will be back here in 20 minutes. Mine's a Doom Bar. Yeah, that didn't work last time either. Never mind. I'll see you in a bit. Thank you. Thanks. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Ah, thanks. That's very kind. Did you all fill in the surveys? I'm sorry. I know I am very sorry to keep asking, but as I said, we are really lucky to have support from the Arts Council. Anyone here who is involved will know getting support from the Arts Council can be tricky sometimes, and so we are eternally grateful to have that. But to be able to keep doing this, we do have to show them that we are doing this, and we want to support as many different writing teams as possible. So I hope that you all are on board with that, and therefore could you do the survey? One more time, I reckon. I'll mention it, I promise. Okay, it is that time of the show, Kev's Soapbox. I feel like I've created a rod for my own back with doing this, but and I don't want to bore people too much, so I will try and keep this shortish, but it's a kind of point in the show where I like to talk about why we're doing this and what we're doing this. I talked to Hilmi earlier about Signal. Hilmi, I'm going to apologise to you now. A lot of this comes out of the Adam Lenson playbook. Sorry about that. At the end of the last show, I said this. Musical theatre quickly gets tarred with a tired old brush of being frivolous fun and unworthy of being recognised as an important cultural art form. Musicals can be about anything, with any style of music. They can make you cry, change your perceptions, and yes, make you smile. They're worthy of being considered important art. At the end of the day, musical theatre is the same as any other theatre. It just gets to use music in a more direct method to help tell the story. You can see from tonight, it doesn't have to be all glitz and showbiz. It can be gritty and real. People who tell me that they don't like musical theatre tell me they can't get on board with people just bursting into song. Why not? Music is such a natural human thing. We tap rhythms and whistle tunes as comfort. And yes, our children will just burst into song at the drop of a hat, or is that just my daughter? Not sure. I do feel as adults sometimes we lose that and we suppress it. We don't all have the skills that our writers do to convert our feelings into brand new songs conveying complex emotions, but we will actively listen to music that fits with what we're doing and how we're feeling in the moment. And a lot of us will sing along to them. The key is, though, that musical theatre doesn't all look the same. It doesn't all sound the same, and it isn't always just light entertainment. We need to take it seriously and treat those creating it with respect. Now, I've been talking about them pretty much every show, I think, but last weekend, my wife Becky and I finally went to see Benjamin Button and Operation Mincemeat in London. Two very different shows, both immensely entertaining, but for completely different reasons. I came out exhausted from both of them. Benjamin Button was a truly beautiful piece of theatre with a stunning score and an emotional roller coaster of a story. Operation Mincemeat is a comedy masterclass that had us laughing from the beginning to the end. But again, it wasn't afraid to remind you that the loss during that terrible chapter of human history, as well as the flaws of the people involved in it. These were two shows that were given a chance and treated with respect. They are rightfully doing so well, winning awards left, right, and centre, and playing to sell-out crowds. They prove that artist-driven work is viable, long-lasting, and it sells. Both shows featured casts of musical theatre actors, not reality or soap stars. You don't need to drag in a pop star to write a musical. And you don't need to stick one in the cast to sell it if it is written by someone who cares. As I said last time, thank you for being here to celebrate the new and the exciting. Please continue to take risks and try new things. So, let's move on to something new and exciting. Please welcome to the stage our next writer, Ellen King. You've all sat like as far at the yeah, anyone, I think. Yeah, there we go. Reese has found it. Hi, Ellen.
Hi.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Same first questions I will do for everyone else. Tell us about you. When did you start writing? What inspired you to start? And who are your influences? Do you write with others?
So I've basically just been a lifelong fan of musicals. I've seen hundreds of them and really enjoy the sort of variety that you get from the kind of tiny musicals to giant ones and all the different types that you've just kind of talked about. So I've only started writing in the last year. So I'm working on my first musical at the moment. And I was actually inspired to start. I went to a musical called In Clay that was in London last year. And when I was there happened to be a Q&A afterwards. And I went, I'll just kind of listen to that and see what they're talking about. And I kind of listened to it and when I could give that a go, I'd like to do it. I wanted to write a musical for years, and that was like the thing that made me take the final step and start.
Amazing. So your show is The Bet, which is based on a Chekhov short story. What made you want to convert that story into a musical?
So part of it was a practicality thing. If I wanted to start with something small and that I could kind of easily picture as a musical, and I looked into some stories that were conveniently out of copyright, and
we've all been there.
Yeah. But I came across this one, and it really just instantly spoke to me as like, this could be a musical. You've got these, just to summarize what it is, it's based on, it's essentially two men who get into a disagreement about whether it's better to live a life in prison or receive the death penalty. So nice and cheerful. But because of this, one of them agrees to be locked away for 15 years, while the other one is just kind of like looking in and seeing how they change over that time. So it follows them over these 15 years. And it's very, I could kind of instantly see what the characters were and the moments in the story that would create a good musical. So it just kind of jumped out to me in that way.
So what has been your process when taking a known story and converting it into a musical?
So for lots of it kind of, because I looked at it and kind of went, this is a musical, it kind of fell really nicely. I think I took the story and just found the moments that I was like, this needs more than can be put across in words, and it kind of is a nice moment for the characters to share their feelings. And then I found some difficulties with some areas because it's quite a bleak story. So finding a good ending definitely was kind of probably the trickiest part, but it kind of, I found a way, I think, to tie it all in quite nicely. And it's, it's been really fun to do.
So what stage are you at now? What are you hoping for with the future of the show?
So I have written the script is almost completely finished, and I've got demos for about 5 songs, and then another kind of 6 or so that I have, that I know what I'm doing with, and I just need to get them sort of written up and more formalized. But it's mostly there as a concept, and it's just, just getting it finished off, and then hoping to bring it to like a Fringe festival or something next year. I think something nice and kind of small and intimate that like fits really nicely with the story.
Amazing. Am I right in thinking we have some world exclusives tonight?
We have yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like
first time they've been performed.
Amazing. So for this performance, we'll have Tom performing Silent. Then Lionel will sing, I did that across a page. That wasn't very good, was it? Then Lionel will sing Time Waits for No One. And finally, Tom will return to perform End of Our Game. Can you tell us a bit about each of those songs and kind of how they fit into the show?
So Silent comes like a bit into the story where, so we've got 2 characters, the banker who's on the outside of the room and the lawyer who is inside, trapped inside for 15 years. So Silent comes a few years into the story when the lawyer has been doing a load of kind of trying learning and creating a life for himself inside this room, and now he's kind of stopped, and he's just suddenly, he's not doing anything, he's just reading this one section of the Gospels over and over again, and the banker is looking in on him and kind of wondering what he could be thinking. So because the banker also kind of works as a sort of narrator for the story, so he's kind of looking in and wondering what's happening. For Time Waits for No One, it happens a bit later in the story when the lawyer has kind of picked back up again, and he's reaching the end of the 15 years, and is he's now trying to come to terms with the fact that this is about to end, and he needs to get everything he can out of it. So he's asking for books and he's asking to learn more and make use of his time. And then finally, the end of our game is about the banker. Over the course of this bet, he's lost all of his money, and he, like, as part of the bet, he would be required to pay out to the lawyer at the end. But now, because he's lost this money and he's got this desperation, he's decided to go and kill the lawyer. So this is him walking through the garden as he decides to kill the lawyer.
Thank you so much.
Cheerful.
Thank you very much. Ellen King. Please welcome to the stage Tom to sing Silent from the Bet.
You sit there silent in the dark, nothing more to do, nothing needed of you. After all of these years now, you're still, so still. You've read thousands of pages, too many to count, but you stare at that chapter for days. That page, that phrase. I'll never know how you can live life so slowly. A person needs room to grow. We aren't meant to be hidden away. And still you stay, even with each passing day. I watch you wither away. Wait here as life passes you by. And as you sit there silent and outcast, all I seem to do is wonder what it's like to be you, a statue trapped inside the glass. Gospels enough to build your home. Do they fulfill your time? Are they enough to get by? So used to being alone. And I'll admit I'm impressed that you're stronger than I am. You've lasted much longer than I thought you could last. Could you do this forever? Will you never look back? Won't you ever consider all the things that you lack that couldn't be me? Don't you want to be free? If not bride, you could be walking outside in the world that you left behind before it leaves you behind. And as you sit there silent, unafraid, in the candlelight, each and every night, do you think of the hand you might have played, the world you didn't see? Or is it only me, alone with the choices that we made? In the silence, in the darkness, here we stay.
Just 2 years left to go, so much to do. Each book essential to the work I must see through. Why did I waste my time, those early days? Time will not wait, and now it's late as it slips away. We approach the end, my friend, I see it clear. The tunnel's light is shining blinding as I near the final years. Time waits for no one, neither will I. I won't want for anything as time goes by. So give me Byron, for I have lived but not in vain, and give me Shakespeare, and tell me all the world's a stage. Am I a player with no crowd to hear my lines? And will I play my many parts, or do I just not have the time? So give me physics, on giant shoulders we see far. Give me philosophy, we think therefore we are. The only thing I know is that I know nothing at all. And by the time I leave this room, will I be able to stand tall? And no theology, for a man is what he believes, and biology, the blueprint for all human beings. There's so much left to learn and not yet left behind. After 13 years of studies, how do I still not have the time? Time waits for no one, and though I've never lacked before, the end approaches until I cross that final door, and I'm not ready to take my final bow. I have Shakespeare and theology, chemistry, biology, medicine, philosophy, Byron, physics, and psychology. Time waits for no one, and I'm running out of time, and I'm running out of time.
Into the cold as I walk through the night, the wind tries to keep me restrained. I fall ever forwards towards where you lie. This is the end of your story tonight. And I know I'll regret this. Can't you see each step? It fills me with pain. Though I know that I'm wrong, I am forced to go on. You're to blame. This is the end of our game. The moon stares at me like I'm breaking its heart. The cold takes a bite of my ear. Don't remember the man that I was at the start. Your story ends here in the cold and the dark. I've no choice in my actions. Only know that it's what I must do. If I let you go free, you'll take the life out of me. You're to blame. This is the end of our game. There's nothing to see in the black and the dark. The garden is howling in pain. I fumble on branches, roots tackle my shins. Your story ends here, in this place you'll remain. It's your fault, I'm the victim. You can't blame me for what I must do. It was an ignorant bet, but you're the real threat, you're to blame. This is the end of our game. There's no one to hear in this garden of mine. I call to the guards at their post. Do they hide from the rain? They'll surely be to blame for the crime that they should have prevented the most. almost too perfect. I'd feel pride if shame wouldn't tear me apart. As I get to your door, I wonder, what is this for? You're to blame. This is the end of our game.
It's all three. Oh, it's going quick tonight. That. Fantastic. Thank you again, Ellen King. Now, we have come to our final writer of the night. I know. Crazy, isn't it? So, I'm very pleased to welcome to the stage Emma Vieceli. Hello.
Hi, how
Grab
are you?
anyone, I don't mind.
Anyone.
Whichever one you want.
I normally need to lower them a lot. This is good.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for being here. So, as per everyone else, please tell us about you. When did you start writing? Who do you work with, if anyone? And what got you into musical theatre writing?
It's the 3-in-1 that makes this so difficult. So I'm sort of in disguise because whilst not new to writing, I am very new to writing musicals. So I'm actually a comic book writer and artist, and I've been doing that for 20 years. So my kind of day job is I write stories in comic book form. And I trained in theatre many moons ago, and I still am very lucky where I'm from in Cambridge. We've got an amazing local theatre scene, some of whom are here tonight, and so I get to still perform. And I've banged on in comics for 20 years about how my experience in theatre informs what I put on a page and how I tell a story. Jump forward to about, I don't know, relatively recently, when Kat Nichol of Between the Bars in Cambridge said, have you thought of writing a musical? Because I used to write songs, but more for bands and that kind of stuff. And obviously I'm just a musical theatre nut. And I was like, do you know what? It'll be really interesting to see what happens when I then take 20 years of comic making, and how does that affect how I write for stage? Because I've written plays, but a long time ago. So, Unfolding came to be, which is a story that was originally going to be pitched as a graphic novel, and then it kind of sat and festered for a while, and then when Kat proposed this idea of, like, if you do something, we can put it on in Cambridge. So I was like, well, who would say no to that? That's incredible, I'll try. But I dived into this, like, thinking, oh, this is crazy. I don't know how to do this. In terms of who I work with, for the writing, it's just me. So, like everyone tonight, I think. So I'm a book, music, lyrics person. But I do have my amazing best friend and musical director in the room with me, Liz Townsend, who's like my secret weapon because she's a proper musician who understands orchestrations and things. So she has to deal with me going, and then I want the brass to go, and she has to like work out what I'm talking about. So we've known each other a long time. She speaks MREs, which is really lucky.
We're half laughing because Teddy behind you.
That's what I do for you, darling.
Yeah.
Heroes. But yeah, so in terms of the actual writing of the music, the lyrics, I realised I love doing vocal arrangements. That's the thing I'm really enjoying. What was the other bit of the question?
I think you covered it. I think you did it.
How long?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how long?
Did you write this?
Yeah, in terms of how long doing musical theatre, so, like writing it, I entered the Stars and Drew, keeps getting mentioned, the Stars and Drew Song Prize. That shockingly was like 7 months ago, and that was when I met Hilmi and a lot of other incredible composers, and that was my first foray, basically, into, hey guys, and the joke then was my husband said to me, because I was very, very nervous, he said, you only get one shot in your life at being Cool Runnings. And that was me. I was like, I'm the Jamaican bobsled team of musical theatre. I don't know what I'm doing. And everyone was just incredible and so welcoming. And now I'm here, so it's fantastic.
You're being a little modest about the Stars and Drew thing.
I won it. But it ruins the
gag because they didn't win in Cool Running. So, no, it was a mind-blowing night, and I just being there amongst everyone was incredible. So I think when you're working in a vacuum, like I'm sure people in this room will be in the same boat when you're sort of sitting and you're working on this stuff, but your point of comparison is like, well, I don't know if I'm good at this because I'm doing it sort of in a bubble. And then entering Styles and Drew again, it was Kat who said, you should enter. And I was like, no, that's for like people who know what they're doing. And then when you're in a space and you get to realize that you're part of a bigger creative community, and it's really powerful. And for me, I think, obviously winning, it was mind-blowing, and I got to come away from it and go, oh, I think I'm quite good at it then. That's nice. Because you don't know. You kind of assume you're not if you're on your own. Am I bigging myself up enough?
So, you've mentioned today we are presenting 3 songs from Unfolding. Can you please tell us a little bit about Unfolding?
Yeah, and I now know because of the format that you're going to ask details about the song, so I'll try and not, yeah.
Well, hang on, was that later?
What is it? Oh, do we not in this one?
No, yeah, we're going to do it in a minute.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So So the overview of Unfolding is about a pair of pen pals, the long-distance pen pals from your intro. Rose and Mark, they've been writing to each other since they were 12 years old. Rose is about to turn 40. She's in the UK. Mark's in America. They've never met. They've sort of shared their lives on paper. And about a year before the story starts, his letters stopped. Rose is someone, she's struggling with the idea of turning 40, and she's also, and this is nicely bookending Hilmi at the beginning of the show, she is living in the shadow of her father's suicide, which happened when she was a child. Or not a child, but like younger. And there's a lot of stuff bottled up in her, and we meet her at a time in her life when she's pretty vulnerable, and she's sort of lived through these letters with this exciting, exotic pen pal who she's never met, who she can sort of imagine his life. But of course, she doesn't know his real life any more than he knew her real life. And the letters stopped a year ago, and she hasn't told her friends this, and then, bam, her best friend is getting married, and is like, we're going to do it in New York, where Mark is, come to America, you can meet him. And that's sort of where we dive in, and then over the course of the story, we'll talk more in the songs, but hearts and truths unfold, and we learn that the people on the other side of the letters are not necessarily who they've presented themselves as being.
So, where did the story come from? I know you've worked closely with a particular charity. Can you tell us, obviously trying not to give too much away, but can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, the story came from just, I guess, I don't know, where does story, it's like when I'm doing books and comics, people go, where'd you get your ideas from? And it's such a difficult question, I don't know, somewhere in the recesses of my brain. And in the original version of this story, actually, the character who's now Mark was in Japan. It was going to be like a cultural exchange thing as well. And then when the reality of potentially staging it came up, I was like, it's going to be much easier if he's in America. So, but in terms of the charity, yeah, there's an element to the story, which we'll probably talk about when we cover the songs. And again, as Hilmi very wisely said at the beginning, with apologies to anyone who's kind of, we're all presenting really happy shows tonight, aren't we? It's got some real funny bits in it, honest. But it deals with male domestic abuse, which is a topic that doesn't get covered super often. And I wanted to make sure I was doing that right. So I reached out to, weirdly, he's called Mark Brooks of the Mankind Initiative. And he's been really kind to kind of consult on the script and just make sure we're presenting things right.
Cool. So what stage are you at and what are you hoping for with the future of the show?
Well, it's all been like this very, very fast. So Stars Drew happened 7 months ago, and at that point the show was just about written. Now the show is, we workshopped, so with Between the Bars, we did a workshop in January in Cambridge, and it was a full, I think because I went into this not knowing you weren't supposed to finish, well, you didn't have to finish the show. I didn't know you could present the show before it was finished. I was like, oh. So we did a full version of the show in January, and we got feedback, and I went back and I instantly went back into rewrites. And then Liz and I had an incredible reach out from a director called Lawrence Connor, who invited us to his house for a couple of days to give some feedback on the script. So we had all this, like, there are so many people I could thank in the process of making it. And then skip to the end. Where we are now is that in September, we're doing 4 nights at the ADC Theatre in Cambridge. And that's with a almost unrecognized, it's still the same show, but it's very rewritten. We lost a few songs, there's new stuff in, coming from a world of books and working in publishing, I'm no stranger to being like, get rid of that, write it again. And I want to keep making it better. This is the first time I've tried this. So having the support of the Cambridge theatre scene has just been the thing that's made it happen, because like every time I go and watch a friend's show, or we're in the bar afterwards and someone says, how's Unfolding going? Like it makes you go, oh my God, people care about this. It's incredible. Yeah, lots of thanks in there. If you happen to be able to get to Cambridge in September, we're online in various places. We're quite easy to find. I have a really weird name, so I'm quite easy to find. 4 nights at the ADC Theatre, and from there, we're not sure. That's going to be sort of a proof of concept, really, putting together the version of the show as is, and hopefully it doesn't end there.
I think you should probably speak to all the writers in the room and ask them how many of them think their shows are finished. Yeah. I think you'll find it's very few.
The show's not finished. But as in the journey, where we go with that journey, whether we, I hope there's still places for us to go.
Absolutely.
After that, so.
I should point out as well, there are programs around. I've tried to put in links to like social media and to websites and things like that. Have a look. We've been saying we're going to talk about these songs. So we're doing Lie Down. Is Lie Down, right? Not Lay Down.
Which is it, Liz? What did we decide on? I think it's Lay Down. Is it Lay Down?
Oh.
What do you see in the lyrics? I think we're going Lay Down. It gets reprised as Laying Down.
Okay,
so
if you could all ignore the programme, that's...
We've had this conversation so many times. I think it might be Lay Down now.
I mean, Teddy and I have had this conversation a lot this week. So that will be Al and Frankie singing that one. Then we're going out of order a little bit.
Yeah.
And Lionel will sing It Starts Small. And then finally, Al, Frankie and Tom will sing Everyone's Got Problems. Again, I talked about this before. Concert settings, we tend to mix things around a little bit just so that it fits in kind of nicer with the concert. But yeah, they're slightly out of order. So can you set up those songs for us?
Sure, yeah. I should also say before I set these up that there is a concept demo out there that has 7 tracks with like 10 musicians. We're, again, very lucky with local people in Cambridge. So if you like what these amazing people will do tonight, then go listen to more. So Lie Down. Florence is Rose's... Lie down.
You said lie.
Yeah, you went with lie.
I've been fighting lie all week.
It's in the programme. It's Lie Down.
The lie down. Damn it. Oh, it rolls off the tongue better. Florence is Rose's best friend, the aforementioned bride-to-be. Her and her bride Natasha are going to be getting married in New York. Things start to fall apart because as they're saying to Rose, invite Mark to the wedding. This is your chance to meet him. Rose finally has to admit the fact that Mark hasn't replied for a long time. And then when they do finally say, well, you know what, screw it. Send him one more letter, tell him you're coming to America. If he replies, fantastic. If he doesn't, are we allowed to swear? Yeah. Fuck him, basically, if he doesn't reply. So Rose gets convinced to try this and fight incredible levels of anxiety to get on a plane and go to America. But before that happens, a reply comes back, and it's not from Mark. It's from his wife telling Rose that he killed himself a year before. And Rose goes through a thing where she has to try and get her head around the idea of what happens when someone did you really know that person? They were on paper. Who were they really? And this, of course, unlocks a lot of repressed memories. And Florence has been her friend for a long time. She was there when things happened with Rose's dad. She watched her bottle it up. And this time round, she's determined not to let Rose not talk about it. So we sort of, the first song is the girls essentially trying to broach this conversation, or rather Florence is trying to broach the conversation while Rose is like, no, let's talk about anything else. So that's Lie Down. Then we're going to jump to quite late in the show with It Starts Small, which it's really hard to talk about the show without completely spoiling it, guys. I'm so sorry. Mark's not dead. There's just no way. I keep trying to work out how I can possibly. Just don't tell anyone else, all right?
We're going to need you all to sign disclaimers.
It's really difficult to not, especially with that song. There's a lot has gone on the other side of the paper in Mark's life, and it starts small. Oh gosh, it's so hard. Rose gets approached by Mark's daughter. When she arrives, Mark's daughter, who has been torn away from her mother, she's everything that went on in Mark's life, the daughter was kept safely away from. She didn't know what was going on. So her life's been turned upside down, and then this woman turns up who she knows meant a lot to her father, and she knows he was devastated when she stopped writing, as it turns out. She didn't stop writing. And she's basically appealed to Rose to talk to her dad, saying, you might be the only person. He was more real with you on paper for like 30 years. And so it starts small, comes in a scene when Rose finally manages to get Mark to speak about what he's gone through. And so that's that. Super cheerful, really happy. But then, you've really wisely chosen to end the show when everyone's got problems. That technically happens a little bit sooner. So it's like towards the beginning of Act 2. And there's an interesting story behind this one, because in the workshop, and I think the version I've got you guys singing is the workshop version, which was where it was once Rose found out and had spoken to the daughter, and Rose, being Rose, was like, I can't. This is not me. I don't talk to people in that way. I can't do it. And the friends basically said to Rose, you know, what the hell are you? This is someone who needs help, and you're really not going to help them. So it was originally them talking to Rose. In the rewrite, it's actually them talking to Mark, and there's another verse and a whole ensemble number at the end of it. So it's changed a bit, but I really like the original, the shape of the original. Essentially, it is three friends saying, come on, speak to, people, we got to talk, and everyone has. And as each friend talks and is trying to convince the person they're speaking to, they sort of unlock their own things that are going on as well. So it's probably the most fun moment of the show. We're rehearsing it tomorrow. We're putting a tap number in, so it's very exciting.
I'm afraid we're not doing tap tonight. George can do a lot of things. It's not quite up to that yet.
Shoes and everything.
That could be.
But so thank you so much for selecting a really interesting 3 songs.
Thank you for giving it to us. Ladies and gentlemen, Emma Vieceli. Okie dokie, please welcome to the stage Al and Frankie to sing Lie or Lay Down.
Quite important this one.
Thank you.
Happy girls?
Yeah.
Like a favorite CD, we used to listen all the time, we do. But these days you don't see me, and I sure as hell don't see you for dust. So lay down and talk to me. Lay down and talk, just talk to me.
To drag you down, and I'm not the teenage girl you knew, and yeah, it hurts to know you won't be around, but I see you moving on, and believe it or not, I am happy for you. But lay down and talk to me, out-act me
About how you're feeling.
distract me.
I know that we're reeling. Lay down and talk to me.
It was my mistake like to hope
it was mine to make your choice for you.
I should know better than to hope.
I didn't mean to bring this down on you.
And if I could wind back time,
would I ever post that stupid piece of paper with its creases and its honesty, with its folds unfolding every part of me? Lay down and talk to me. How do I'm molding
something I never really had.
Lay down and talk.
Yet another instrument.
I'm going to get up there. Transfers back, actually, doesn't it? Yeah, this one is going to be fun.
It starts small, but then it grows. A single bruise in a place that never shows. And he looks in her eyes, waiting for sorry to come. It never comes. It starts small, but then it grows. A cutting word, the scorn, a scar, the doors she'll close. And her eyes grow cold and dark, no trace left of that spark. It starts small, but then it doesn't hurt at all. And God forbid the world should see what my own wife can do to me. How desperate she must be to find the nerve. And the sort that stings, the worst of all, is every blow, each burn, each fall, is something that I know I must deserve. It starts small, and then it grows, until you're sitting in the hospital and you're nursing broken bones after falling down the stairs, just like you did the month before. They're asking, is there more? Is there more? It starts small, and before you know, you're in a patterned web that scars you'll never show. And your daughter turns 15. It's getting harder not to be seen. It started small, but now it doesn't hurt at all. And then one day I looked around the cold white walls, inventing accidents and falls, when one thought rose up through the fog of lies and hurt, the muddled bog that passed as something like my mind, though at that point was hard to find. Just guilt and knowledge I had failed, yet there it was, my heart assailed by one presiding prime directive. One last pitiful objective: my child would never sit here in this chair. my child would never have to lie about why she was there. And that is when it hurt. It started small, but then it grew. It blossomed painfully and raw, but then I knew a bigger thing than me. I may have failed, but she'd be free, my daughter. And so I brought her here. She started small, but then she grew. The greatest thing I've ever done, the brightest soul I've ever knew. And I know I let her down. I waited too long. So I could never be enough. I would never be enough. And the world was not enough to stop the hurting once it came. It started small. I shut it down. It started small. Then I stopped feeling things.
I was meant to play that. Were you? Oh, yeah! Sorry. I'm very sorry. That was entirely my fault. Just thought I'd have a rest. Before our final song, a few quick thank you. Yeah. I heard the note, I heard the cue, and I was like, why am I not? Oh, okay. Before our final song, a few quick thank yous. Firstly, to the stage door and all the staff here. I'd like to thank our production partners, Mayflower Studios, and of course, Julianne here at the stage door. I'm doing them a jingle. That was nice. We'd like to thank the rest of the ACJ team, Becky and Steph as well. Thank you very much. Big thank you to Reese on sound and lights. And our fantastic production assistant, Kirsty, who's down there. A rather big applause for the amazing George Story playing all the instruments tonight. And our incredible cast, Lionel Robert Blanc, Frankie McEvoy, Tom Pigram, and Knott. And let's save the biggest round of applause for the most important people here, our brilliant writers who've so graciously trusted us to perform their work tonight. Hilmi Jaidin, Tusker and McGrath, Ellen King, and Emma Vieceli. Here it comes, the last time. Please scan the QR codes and complete our survey. I would like to also I'm going off script. Look out, everyone. Our good friend Grant Sharkey is here. Give us a wave, Grant. Grant has, I'm going to call him an alumni of Showtime. He has written a new show. It's called Weber. You might have seen the posters around. It's here on Friday? Yeah, Friday. Yeah, come here, come see it. It's great. I'm particularly having ex-Lloyd Webber cast members on the stage. Anyway, oh, hang on. What, yeah? What? Oh, yeah, it's in the script, Ted, trust me. Jeez. Oh, shut up. His name is Teddy Clements. My name is Kevin Jones. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will be back here. Oh, I've done it again. Can we have a big round of applause for Aaron at the back? He is filming everything. Aaron is from City Eye. They are amazing. The whole show will be online at some point soon. It'll be on the Stage Door YouTube channel, and I will get it out as well. The reason we do it is it's hopefully really useful for all the writers. They can use it. It's completely available for them to use it. The cast can use it if they want to as well. That's why we do it. Anyway, we will be back here on the 20th of September with 4 more writers all presenting their work. Please do join us then if you can. We are already filling up our next 2 shows, amazingly, with writers, which is so cool. We're genuinely honoured that we get to do this. But we certainly plan to be back here next year. Maybe not. We're not sure if we're here. I don't know. But we'll be back next year once again. So if you are a writer and you want to have your music showcased by us, please do get in touch. You can email us at showtime@acjproductions.co.uk. The bar will remain open tonight after the show, so please do use the opportunity to do some networking. Everyone's excited about that. Excellent. But now, please welcome back Al, Frankie and Tom to sing Everyone's Got Problems from Unfolding.
You assumed that you were the bad guy.
You assumed that everyone else had their shit so together.
You assumed you were the weak link in a chain so very strong.
So how does it feel now that you've been proved wrong?
Now they're not all asking for your time.
Most people figure things in their own mind, but don't assume that everything is naturally fine, because everyone's got problems. You don't have to keep your heart on a shelf. There's nothing wrong with feeling sorry for yourself, but save a little sorry for everyone else, because everyone's got problems. But here's a chance, she's asking you to do a thing that only you can do. Cause lies or not, he likes you a lot. You'll have to face the things that he's been through. Face the things that he's been through. Face the things that he's been through. Can you offer a thanks for the fix they're in? You've got us through supporting him. This can help you grow too, so we call it a win. And everyone's got problems.
Commitment phobe, I can't stick with a job, I'll choose a nice easy road. And now I'm getting married, I could miss out on a load of other things I could be doing instead. But my priorities shifted and that suits me fine. And someone good as this is someone I can call mine. That doesn't mean I'm not afraid I'm gonna fuck it up like all of the time. But here's a chance, she's asking you to do a thing that only you can do. Cause lies or not, he likes you a lot. You'll have to face the things that he's been through. Face the things that he's been through. Face the things that he's been through.
Well, I got 2 kids and a husband I love, but I just can't sit still, always pushing and shoving to keep myself fulfilled. It's not a secret, this is tea that I have openly spilled. I always want to be a better version of me. If you thought that through, you wonder why I'm trying to be someone more than I am in the first place. Check my face, I'm discontent. These are the problems Carly needs to learn.
For the things they're in, we've got us through
supporting him. We can help you grow too, so we call it a win. And everyone's got problems. Can you offer a fix for the fix they're in? We've got us who's supporting him. This can help you grow too, so we call it a win. And everyone's got, even she's got, everyone's got problems. Everyone's got problems.
See you September 20th.